Just a second. Uh, we should be now. Yeah, we are we are online right now. Live, going live.
Hi,
Yeah. Well, welcome, Anita, to my channel.
thank you
Uh,
so much for having me. Oh,
no problem, no problem. So this is Anita Damjanic, and she's also a YouTuber. And her channel, you can find her channel in description of this video. I already placed description of your YouTube channel on in description of
okay.
my video. And the name of Anita channel is Petit Vlogger, right? Petit Vlogger.
Yes, that's vlogger.
So,
Yeah.
how are you, Anita? And welcome to my
Thank,
podcast.
thank you. I'm very fine, Danielle. I'm awesome. Today's great.
Well, for our viewers, for my viewers here on my channel, for how long do you live here in Croatia? Just a second, just a second. Let me tell the people how I found you. So I found some videos of Anita through, of course, YouTube, and I found them interesting because uh, you are from Nigeria, right? And you are living in Croatia. And I just found it interesting to see some of your experiences in Croatia and etc. So I decided to uh, you know like that we make a podcast interview and
Yeah.
tell us, how do you feel living in Croatia for 6 years, if I'm not mistaken?
Okay. First of all, I don't really live in Croatia.
Oh, really?
Like right now, I'm not in Croatia. I'm in Nigeria now.
Oh, you are in Nigeria. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I go to Croatia once in a while. Like I go to Croatia maybe 3 times a year, and then
Yeah.
I could spend 1 month, 2 months, so whatever, and come back to Nigeria. For now, I don't live in Croatia permanently,
Oh.
but in 2020, I stayed in Croatia for 1 year from um, February of 2020 to the ending of January of 2021. So 1 year, let's just
Oh,
say 1 year.
so
So
you and your husband, who is from Croatia, I mean, he's like he works in Nigeria, right? Uh,
yes, he's been working here for 5 years,
yeah.
6 years now.
Imagine this. All this time, I thought you are living in Croatia. I don't know why. Anyway, uh,
Because I talk about Croatia a lot on my
yeah,
channel. Yeah.
yeah. And you have one video living in Zagreb, something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of my vlog, Zagreb. Yeah.
Well, for our Croatian audience, what would you say your impressions about Croatia from the first hand about our people here? I mean,
Oh, the people.
yeah, the people. Yeah, I mean, I don't like to generalize anyone, but your impressions about Croatian people.
Okay, I think first of all, Croatian people are so like they have this hospitable manner. Like
Yeah,
they want to take care of you. They want to help. Honestly, for foreigners, I don't know about Croatians, but for
yeah.
foreigners, uh, I this is the kind of feeling that I have. Um, they're always trying to, because they know that the language is very hard and they want to like speak
Yeah.
whatever feel comfortable with. When I go to the markets, the older people are always trying to help me to pick the best fruits. You don't really see that in most countries you go to, you know. It's always just nice, kind people that I always meet. I don't really think that I don't think that anybody has actually made me very upset in Croatia. I okay, once, just once, but that's a long time ago and whatever. But it's awesome. I love
Yeah.
Croatian people.
You also visited the countries around us, right? I mean, Bosnia, Slovenia, Hungary,
Italy, yeah.
Italy.
No,
Wh-
yeah, I've never been to Hungary.
Oh, okay. I mean, I was in Hungary, but never mind about Hungary right now. My my granny is from Italy, so it's not because of granny. I just love Italy. And here in Dalmatia, that's South Croatia. I think you visited South Croatia. we have much of influences from Italy if you see our
Yeah.
cities, architectures,
Yes.
and everything. So in Nigeria, you met your husband, right? Croatian.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
what does he? I thought he was like an ambassador of Croatia or something. No, he. Okay, okay. I don't know. I don't know. And I remember one of your videos about how is it for look, I'm open-minded, and I see you are also open-minded, and we can talk about everything. A video, how is it like for a black woman in Croatia? So, have you ever experienced anything bad, considering that aspect of life?
Yeah. So basically, based on the video that you watched, I
Yeah.
mentioned the only time that I've ever experienced anything in Croatia that made me feel very strange. Where I think I said that in the video. These ladies, well, not ladies, but the Tisak, the Tisak,
Yeah, I
the people
remember
in the
that
T.
story. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the only time I ever felt. And I always, for me, I always like to see everything as I don't. If something bad happens to me, I don't first of all say it's because of my race, okay? Because most Nigerians or most Africans, we're not like other parts of the world where you have black people. We think like this. There's nothing wrong with my race because where we are, we're like 100% black people.
Yeah, I
We're
know.
not,
I
so
understand.
if I have a problem with another person in Nigeria, I'm not thinking, oh, is he angry with me because I'm darker than him? No, we just think maybe it's because of the way that I speak or the way that I look. No, it's never race. So when that happened to me, I never thought it was race. But I've never experienced anything bad aside from that day. My life has been awesome in Croatia.
Well, there are bad people, I would say, in any nation, in any race, and everywhere.
Yes,
Yeah. And
you won't believe it,
yeah,
but I feel better. Like I see less bad people in Croatia. I go through a lot of annoying people here in my country.
yeah.
I think you would say the same thing for your country because you're local there, right?
Yeah,
It's
when we, for example, I will speak for myself, but I think I know Croatian people very well. When we see a stranger here, never mind, is it from Africa or I don't know, France or anything, but especially if it's from Africa or China, where you can see someone is racially different. We want to talk with that person, but in a positive way. At least I'm talking from my personal experience because I like to know, to get to know different cultures, different races, different people. And maybe you will agree now with me, or I don't know, but for me, for example, this is a big stuff about race in Western world. As I mean, Croatia is part of Western world, but it's not like totally into stuff like France, USA, Britain, but especially USA, where this subject is like, on another level. And I think,
oxygen.
yeah, I always say this, and maybe you can say something about it because you were saying something in your video about something about black community in USA. I think you was referring about black community in USA.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh, I think the American approach to black and white subject is totally wrong. I mean, they are trying to make. Uh, Check this out. For example, you and me now talking on this video, and now they are trying to make stuff like this in medias. You're not black. I'm not white. You cannot say anything like that. We're all humans. Of course, we are humans. I mean, of course, but it's totally natural, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's a treasure of our human species to talk about a race. And I think
Yeah.
when we talk about race, we are not racists. And people who avoid
No.
that subject, I always say people who avoid to talk about race
Like
are very
sketch.
suspicious to me. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, very suspicious.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
never mind which race. Yeah,
Yeah. Like me, I like to talk about like when I meet somebody in Croatia who
yeah,
I'm talking to. So, what part of Europe do you think your grandparents are from? Like, do you think your
yeah.
parents are all from? But then, if it's the other way, if it's maybe a person from Croatia talking to me, and they say, "Oh, maybe they don't even know I'm African," and they just come to me and say, "Are you from Africa?" Somehow, it's racist. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
so crazy. It's crazy, right? It's
yeah,
crazy, but this is how
it's totally crazy. I don't know. Do you know for Jordan Peterson from Canada? He is like psychologist.
yeah,
Yeah, very, very. I like what he's saying about this. Yeah, he's like
I like
center, you know, not right or left, just center. I like to, you know, I like balance in my life,
I
and
think he's more just logic. He's just logic
just
and
logic.
every
Yeah. And I remember one video from one great guy, African American. He was making a video where he would go through New York and he was approaching white people in stores, in you know, and ask, "Am I black?" You know, he'll go, "Am I black?" And they will go, "I don't know." Like you know, they're afraid to say it because you know they could you know maybe lose their just racism. Yeah,
race. Yeah,
racism. So I heard what you were saying about that woman. She was I think she's American, right? That black woman from she was writing you like you are married to a white guy, blah blah blah.
yeah.
Though,
She literally
yeah,
was was like insulting the fact that I was married to a white man. So basically, okay, not everybody does this, but some Black Americans and some Africans as well
yeah,
do this. So if you're a Black person and you're with somebody who is not Black,
yeah,
um, they will try to tell you that you're no longer Black. You're not a Black person anymore. You're a traitor or something. So
yeah.
many very. It's a very touchy subject. It's pretty annoying when you hear that, but I try not to mind it. But sometimes you have to just
Yeah.
speak up. That's why I made the video.
Yeah, yeah,
I didn't
and
want to make a video, but sometimes you just have to say something because
of
every
course,
time, like in the Black community, if maybe I have a okay, my husband, I rarely have him on my Instagram. You can't really see most of his pictures, maybe one or two pictures on my Instagram. But before, there was so many pictures of him on my Instagram. And every time I'm on Instagram and I see maybe a post of maybe Black people, a Black post, something that has to
yeah.
do with Black people, and I just make a comment, somebody would go to my profile and see that I have a white husband and come back and say, "Oh, you're married to your white master, so you don't need to comment on Black people's opinions and topics." And
You see,
so,
you know what conclusion I would draw from that about African Americans, and I'm sorry because maybe this will sound like generalizations, but I will compare this with something in Croatia. Uh, I think that's a complex of inferiority,
yes,
totally misplaced complex because
yeah,
Croatian people, imagine this, Croatian as white people like to say, for example, for German people, like for example, oh, they're Germans. You know, I say something like, this, how can Germans make that and we cannot? And they will say, oh, they're Germans. So it's like even amongst white people in Europe, there is a complex of inferiority in Croatia, for example, that we have not a complex that by default we think that Germans are better. I mean, like we consider, you know, I'm now talking from a Croatian standpoint. We think that we are better from in Europe. I don't know why we think that. It's not me personally, but we are better than I don't know Greeks. We are better than Albanians. But for
Albania.
but for
I've
some
heard that
reason,
many
yeah.
times.
But for some reasons, we are not. you know. And I think this only this is a national stuff I'm talking about now, between nationalities in Europe, same race, different nationalities. But I think it's the same thing with African Americans, only race is involved because of their history and everything.
Yeah,
And
but you see, the funny thing is that just like what you said, even in Africa, okay, we
yeah,
also do the same thing. So although compared to you, nobody in Africa wants to agree we're better than or we're worse than you. So Nigeria, we believe that we're better than everybody else. We're richer than everybody else because
no,
we're bigger, right?
yeah,
That no, honestly, we do have more resources than most other African countries, yes. But in development, South Africa is better than us. Okay. So we have these very aggressive battles between ourselves. We're all
yeah,
blacks, but we're like, oh, you're Nigerian, or you're South African, or this.
yeah.
It happens. So that's why I always say there will always be a reason to say, sorry, this is Nigeria. We don't have 24/7 power.
And this is great for a podcast. So you don't have great. There you go again.
Yeah, it goes off in 1 minute and comes back.
Oh, okay. So, oh, this was great. Anyway, no, I'm not. I'm not laughing. Jesus. Okay. Sorry. Sorry. Anyway,
So funny. It's funny because you lost your words.
no, I thought that you will lose your internet connection. I'm sorry.
No, 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 no. The Wi-Fi is always on because it's
Or I thought maybe aliens are attacking us. I don't know. So they attacked Africa first, and we are next. Like Independence Day. Anyway, I don't know. Do you like movies or stuff? Anyway, and when we touch now the subject of movies, I have to go back to Americans. I know it sounds like I have something against USA, but no, it's not that. I love USA. I mean, I love their I love Declaration of Independence of that every man is born free. I think that's the first time in the history of mankind, and I'm historian. That's the first time that someone mentioned that. Not even French Revolution anyone mentions that every man and woman is born free. Of course, they need
yeah.
200 years to apply it in real life, but it's a big thing to But whenever I see American movie and African American actor, I have a feeling like he is placed there in purpose. But when you see a British show or a movie, this is just my intuition. And it's not like we Europeans are better than Americans, but I have a feeling like that black British guy is there because he's a great guy, and he's not placed there because of political correctness or because and we see in American TV shows and series too much of for me too much of political correctness where I think even the black people say, oh my god, what's going on,
Yeah.
relax a little bit. Yeah. I
I
mean,
just feel like it. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
no, no, I meant if I would be a black person, I mean African American, I would say, relax, people. Come on, where are the white heroes in American movies like Arnold Schwarzenegger or someone? There is no anyone now. That's a racism. White, the strong male. It's racism in USA. No, I have to mention this, but of course I know how it's look like. It looks like I don't like American society, but I think
Um,
they have big issues. Yeah,
I think that also on my channel, I always say American, American, American. I think I say this because we think like this because Americans always try to influence everybody else.
yeah.
Okay, so because they are more developed than most other parts of the world, they call themselves the greatest country in the world, right? So
Well,
if maybe in Croatia you're not like this, your development here is not like the level of Americans. They would come after you. They'll tell you you're racist, or you're so old, a cake, so many words. Same thing with Nigeria too. Like I've had a black American guy. I've watched a black American guy in Nigeria in a restaurant. I'm sitting here, just like we're sitting, but he's facing the other way, and he's talking to his friends, his Nigerian friends, and he talks about the fact that my culture, which is like we have a Nigerian culture, but we also have different cultures in Nigeria, right? So Nigerian culture is a woman can carry her baby on the back of, like, wrap her baby on the back. Okay. So like if she wants to work, she puts her baby on the back. It's like a very old thing, but people still do it today. So he
I saw
saw a woman
pictures of that.
walking by. Yeah, exactly. So he saw a woman walking by with the baby on the back, and she's holding something on her head. Okay.
Yeah.
And he makes a comment. He said, wow, that's an ape type of shit. Ape.
You see? Well,
So
I've
he says
heard.
ape.
Yeah, yeah,
So you know what ape means? Like, baboons, monkey,
yeah,
and same word that if a white person should say exactly the same thing, it's racist. And those Nigerian guys were laughing because he's American. Now, if I, as a fellow Nigerian, would say, maybe if these two guys, Nigerian guys who are laughing, maybe I tell them, oh, your culture, your own culture, like where you're from in Nigeria, is an ape type of shit. They would lose it with me.
Well, you see, I mean, I never been to USA, but I met a lot of Americans, black and white, and I think, and I also met a person from Sierra Leone like 10 years ago, a great guy. He was older than me. I was in Germany back then. He was working in Germany, blah blah blah. Anyway, he told me about Americans, about African Americans, that they are acting, I mean, not like acting in USA, like Africa this, Africa that, but when they come to Africa, they are Americans. And yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
same thing is with Italian Americans. They are always Italy this, Italy that
yes,
in USA,
yes.
but when they
One,
come to
that's
Italy, I mean, it's a catastrophe. They are Americans. Yeah,
yes. That's like you're right. So when they come to Nigeria, they would always say, "Oh my God, in America we don't do this. Oh my God, in America this is not the way it is. Oh my God, is that possible? Ew, this doesn't happen in America." So
yeah,
many things, but it's sad, especially with this part that I was talking about, because in Croatia, like in Zagreb, I see a lot of white women wearing braids, and a lot of white guys do braids. Like it's a big thing in Croatia. And the first time I saw it, you should imagine how happy I felt, because I'm seeing people wearing box braids like this.
yeah,
Like this is Nigerian braids. This is not African. This is box braids. It's Nigerian.
yeah,
But I'm not saying, oh my God, how dare! I'm so happy. Like, oh my God, look at these people wearing, and it looks so good. But if a Black American sees it, they don't even know anything about the culture of that
yeah,
country. They, like, literally, most of them can't mention 10 African countries,
yeah. And
but
if
they would tell you you can't wear it because
yeah.
why, you know?
And by the
So,
way, I
it,
just want to say, me and Anita, we don't have anything against American people. If
oh
someone
no,
will watch this, no. So we, it's no, no.
oh, please, whatever. I think even Americans, like, honestly, when you really meet Black Americans, not these ones, like, we have the crazy ones. In every part of the world, we have crazy people. There are those Black
Yeah,
Americans who will sit down and tell you, we have people who think like this and they don't represent us. So, of course, it's not like everybody, you know?
of
We
course.
have those extremists that think like this and give them the bad names that they have, honestly. In my own country, we also have our own bad reputations. We have bad things that people talk about Nigerians for, but that doesn't mean we all do it. So we're talking about it just because it's happening.
Yeah,
I mean,
because we are open-minded, and because
we're open-minded.
we have a free speech. I mean, there is a free speech, and this is a big
Yeah.
issue now in USA. a free speech is a big issue right now. You
Yeah,
know, yeah. Uh, that's why I like people like Jordan Peterson. I like people like, for example, in NBA. I love NBA. I have to say this, and many people know my popular YouTube NBA channel. I love Charles Barkley. I don't know. Do you know about him? Or anyway, he was a famous basketball
yeah,
player. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And Charles Barkley is a great guy because as an African American, he will always point out these things what you and me now just mentioned. You know about his own people there, and so he's a transparent person, and we don't see much of that.
Can you
It's
hear me?
yeah. For a second, I thought
I'm
I thought we are attacked by aliens again. I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyway, no, now it's okay.
no.
It
What I
was
was
yeah, yeah.
I was trying to extend the time as I'm supposed to like pay for something, so I'm gonna do it now. But
Oh no.
I have free
Just for information, my previous podcasts were through Skype, but this I okay. Commercial for application Zoom. Uh,
Zoom.
yeah, we are using now application Zoom, so I didn't know
Yeah.
about remaining time
So
here.
I have to like repurchase. I think my subscription just ended, so I have to repurchase so I can have a longer time on the video. So
Uh,
that's the issue
I'm sorry,
now. I think
I didn't know about that. I'm sorry.
I'll just do it now and then I will get back to it. I'm trying to do it, so I don't think I need
Okay,
to leave the video.
okay.
Oh, did it go off?
No, you are still on. Uh, people,
Okay.
yeah, people are
Wait,
watching. What?
wait. Is it actually live?
Yeah, it's live.
Are
Everything.
people watching?
People are watching this. I mean,
Sorry, I mean, are they commenting?
what?
Are people leaving comments?
No, for now, no. We have 3 likes for now. Six viewers are we have 6 viewers here. Of course, when we end this video, many people will come again. You know, when
Yeah.
the video will remain on YouTube with your, of
Okay.
course, approval. We
Of course, no, it's fine.
yeah,
It's fine.
we didn't say anything wrong about anyone, not even Americans. So
I
we
one thing
even
that
like no,
I care.
we like. I mean, I like Americans. So nothing.
You
Was
see, honestly, what you're doing right now, you're trying to make somebody feel better.
yeah,
You should. We're all free human beings. The thing is, we have to talk about things like this because if you don't talk about it, how will you know there's a problem?
of
I
course.
don't. We didn't insult anyone. We're not vulgar. We're just literally talking about
Yeah,
something. So
we were just talking about Americans. So
exactly, it's
yeah,
fine. Because every time Americans are always the ones who are attacking me, attacking anything I do about my
yeah,
Croatian life. Only a few of them. I've actually had a lot of love from them as well on my channel. Like I have so many of them on my channel that say, "Oh, I love your videos. I can't wait to come to Croatia." And some text me, "They want to come to Croatia for the summer. Oh, please, what can I do to come to Croatia? I want to visit. I really want to because I understand them in a way because when you live in a multiracial country like that, where there's everybody, there's
I,
white, there's black, there's Asian, I understand. It becomes a race thing. Everything's about the color of your skin. Oh, she's dark, she's light. Oh, she's I understand that. So maybe they're so afraid because they always feel like these countries that are only white people are so racist. I don't blame them because of their history, right?
of
But
course.
I always say this. I always say this in life: if you keep thinking about the bad part, you're going to end up you wake up and you're 80 years old and you never experience anything.
Of course,
You know.
and
So I always
we cannot live in the past. our entire life.
Thank you. We
Yeah.
we can't. And even if, okay, let's just say every
And this comes from
Croatian is
archaeologists.
racist.
This comes from archaeologists who love the past. I mean, we can learn from the past, but we cannot live in the past.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And let's just say every Croatian is racist. Let's just
Yeah.
say all Croatians are racist.
Evil
Okay, and then
racist. Yeah. I'm joking. I'm joking.
evil racist. No, of course, no, we're just saying, let's just say what they think is true.
Yeah.
And then maybe they tell them, oh, Croatian is racist. But how will you know if you don't go?
Yeah.
Because because now you can tell me, hey, Anita, I want to go to Nigeria. And I'm like, oh, shit, don't go there. I know that Nigeria is not that bad. It has good things that you can enjoy and experience. My husband is here. There are millions of white people here who love the country. They don't want to leave. I know that there's a big thing that you can come here and experience. And I'm like, oh, don't go there. I just don't want you to go there because I feel like you're going to come and take something good that maybe someone else could take. I've taken the opportunity away from you. So I just feel like people should be able to, especially the fact that Croatia is so safe. That's the best part.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're worried about your safety. It's so safe, so you can travel and not worry about going missing.
Of
So
course.
if it's the
Of course.
racism part, I always say it's all in your head. Just go and experience.
Yeah.
I've never ever in my life, like before I knew about Croatia, I never knew that a country like Croatia, like a country that is safe, clean, people like literally it is so clean. Zagreb especially. Zagreb is so clean. I've been to Zadar.
I'm from
I've been
Zadar.
to Zadar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you said something like that.
Yeah, I'm
Zadar.
from Zadar.
I
Yeah.
Zadar is freaking clean.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
walked I walked through the old city,
Old city.
old
Yeah.
town.
Old town. And
I even there.
to see, I think you saw sea or Orgus, right? Yeah.
Yes, yes. I've been to Zada 7 times or 8 times.
Yeah.
I would because I would go from Prague to Zada, and I think that Zada is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to.
Well, thank you.
I
Have you ever visited Dubrovnik maybe? Or
no, no, I think it's too far.
yeah, but I don't know. Have you ever watched the Game of Thrones series?
Yes,
Yeah, Dubrovnik is King's Landing, in fact.
yes, I heard
Yeah,
about that,
yeah.
but I can't know because I've never been there.
Yeah, but Zadar is, of course, very beautiful city, and you noticed the difference in architecture between here in Zadar, South Croatia, and Zagreb as North. They are more influenced by Austria-Hungary, and here is more Italy, like,
It-
you know.
yeah,
Yeah,
but do you know why I really love Croatia?
yeah,
The fact that I can walk on the street and I can look to my right and I see a building from 2015, and I look to my left and I see a building from 1800s.
yeah.
How crazy is that?
Now
How
when
many?
you now when you mention that, I never thought that way. You see, it's like I'm taking that for granted. You see, yeah,
It's not that we don't have that in Nigeria. We don't have things that existed 200 years ago. We
yeah.
don't have those houses. Everything is destroyed because new things want people want to make money and all that. But whenever I walk on the street of Zagreb, I always touch the walls. I always do this.
Yeah.
You know, why I do that? Because I'm obsessed with archaeology and all this. Like, I'm obsessed with like history facts, like people who existed before me. Just I like to know more about them. If I'm in the same room as somebody who was maybe born 200 years ago, or someone who died 200 years ago, I just feel like, oh my God.
As an archaeologist, I totally understand you. And now it says to me, I have less than 1 minute of talking. So
Yeah, I think it has to come from me. I'm going to have to do that because I'm the one who called.
no, no, no,
It's the me.
it's okay. But for our viewers,
I don't think it's going to go off though.
if we go offline, we will come back. Uh,
Yeah,
it says now
I don't
let's
think
what?
I don't think it's going to go off. But let's see. I don't
I
think
don't know.
it's going off.
Yeah, and uh, I thought to make a joke, also open-minded joke. Maybe if, and I am sure that someone from Serbia will now watch this. You heard about relations between Serbia and Croatia, right? I mean, oh, okay. Wait a minute. It says.